Son Zayatu and Son Zayahu are twin detectives. They open up a business that specializes in supernatural occurrences. They try to solve a series of bizarre cases to find the truth that will unify their investigation.
A girl named Zayayu at midnight goes to the washroom and doesn't find any lights there. She experiences a paranormal activity of a ghost baby there. Zayayu goes to a detective, Son Zayatu, who uses hypnosis on her to get details about the incident. Son Zayatu accepts the job and tells her not to go to that dormitory again. Zayatu's brother Zayatu appears right after that and talks to him about the case his brother just agreed to solve.
Zayatu investigates Zayayu's room. To his surprise, he finds Zayahu there. Zayatu tells him that the girl is hiding something from him at night. Zayayu again experiences paranormal disturbances in her room when she is asleep. Getting terrified, she eats a bunch of medicine tablets and falls lying on the bed.
Both brothers investigate Zayayu's dorm room and find a bottle of medicine at her home. Her father hears strange noises from Zayayu's room and checks if she's fine. Zayayu then comes to know the tablets given to her by a doctor are ineffective in solving her problem. Zayayu once again experiences of strange phenomena and feels her body paralyzed in her room. A fish comes out of its tank and dies.
Meanwhile, she finds multiple transparent hands getting toward her while seeing a dark-colored baby in her blankets. Zayatu continues the investigation along with his brother and gets some leads. They reason and deduce this building on the desk of such a well-mannered person lying in her brother's room. She hears her phone ringing. To her surprise, someone speaks to her, revealing her secret of being pregnant with her boyfriend.
Later, both brothers investigate the washroom. Zayatu accidentally stumbles upon a girl who was just coming out of the toilet. He nearly escapes the girls chasing after him. Zayayu leaves home in a taxi. Meanwhile, both brothers discussed her pregnancy and the child. They nearly solved the mystery of the washroom except when the baby tries to hold Zayayu from behind. They tried to contact Zayayu to tell her about the progress.
But no one picks up the phone. Later, the newspaper Zayayu and her brother missing from home at the same time. A police officer named Ben takes on the case. She finds out that the police got the information about the siblings being missing from a mysterious phone call. With the media also received the same call at the same time, Zayatu comes to the scene and is captured by Being's cops.
Later they find out that Being is Zayatu's sister-in-law. It is revealed that Zayahu is already dead. Being questions Zayayu's mother and learns that both siblings were twin. Zayatu later reveals to Being about Zayayu is pregnancy and abortion. This leads them to suspect her boyfriend. Zayatu and Being investigates Zayayu's boyfriend. Zayatu runs into a person with surgical instruments. He remembers the past and passes out temporarily. He wakes up and sees traces of his deceased brother Zayahu. He enters a biology lab in pursuit of his brother and finds his dead body there.
Zayatu wakes up and finds that it was only a dream. He takes a sigh of relief after finding his deceased brother Zayahu around. Also, Being gives Zayatu her friend's business contacts, who is a psychiatrist named Yuzi the office to investigate how Zayatu can still see his deceased brother Zayahu. Zayatu tells the story that his mother passed away because of a hard birth after they were born. Their father raised, but when they turned 17 their father passed away because of cancer. Yuzi asks Zayatu about Zayahu's death.
He tells her that one day he received a call from the police stating that Zayahu's corpse had been found. He tells Yuzi that after the death of Zayahu, he was consoling Being one day suddenly saw Zayahu's presence. He further adds that he doesn't see his brother visually, but the sensation is hard to describe. Yuzi tells him that Zayahu is nothing but his fantasy. She provides him with proof that any person named Zayahu never existed in the records. Zayatu dreams of Zayahu vanishing from his memories, telling him to forget him. Zayatu received the call and learns that Zayahu has been found. Being tells him that she was found in the hospital entrance in an absent-minded state.
Zayatu figures out that Zayahu is trying to tell them something. Later she writes in a paper bien. Zayatu raises the question of the existence of Zayahu to Bing. Zayatu later brings up the possibility of someone racing Zayahu records. He asked me to investigate it. The young kid walking down the street notices someone chasing him at night. He gets horrified that the person chasing him is a kid identical to him. The same kid with his father brings their case to Zayatu. The father tells him that he sees another kid with the same physical appearance as the son while tracking. Zayatu watches both father and son sleep.
Suddenly he sees the other boy appearing at the door. Further investigation reveals that the other kid entered the house using the house key. Bing investigates the footage of the hospital surrounding Zayayu was found. Zayata tells her about the new case and asks for some immediate assistance as his new client needed immediate protection. Zayatu notices Zayayu suddenly appearing in the video, and the visit that area. Zayata figures out that she appeared from the sewer. He goes down the sewer and investigates. Bing lets him know about his previous request. She tells him according to the records JRG. His client and his wife Jen Fangfang have only one son.
Later, both of them go to a hospital to investigate the pregnancy of Jian Fangfang. Cops investigate the other child. Jiaji disturbingly feeds both identical boys and takes them to an amusement park. There they go to a haunted house at the request of the suspect child. Jiaji enters the haunted house of the amusement park. He feels something strange and feels two hands strangling his throat.
Later he finds himself tied at the mercy of two people having animal masks on. He sees both boys tied as well. Zayata received the call from Bing telling him that his client is in danger. The kidnappers ask Jiaji to choose his real son out of two, and they will kill the extra one. He tells them the kid wearing a watch that is black from underneath this is real son. A mysterious man appears and shoots an arrow at the neck of the child. Zayata reaches the parking, tells the cops that he has installed a tracking device on the watch of the child.
Zayatu and a cop named Tianshu go to the room using a tracker and find resistance there. Chance to win the Oxhead guy fight. Oxhead tries to strangle Tianshu to death. Just then, Zayata picks up 10 to Fiscal and shoots the Oxhead. Zayata questions why he doesn't remember pulling the trigger. Zayahu tells him that he possessed his body temporarily to shoot the guy. Zayatu investigates the room and by pushing the wall goes to another room. Zayatu explains to Tianshu the whole scenario and takes him to Jiaji in the other room. There's Zayata further investigates Jiaji. Zayata tells Jiaji about his two sons Jackson and Jiajin.
Zayata tells him all about the past, how his younger son got sick and went missing mysteriously. And about when his wife left him. Zayatu explains to Jiaji that he fell ill and developed selective amnesia as a consequence. This led him to forget about his wife and the other child. Jiaji tells Zayatu that he chose the wrong son to save. Zayatu suggests that both his sons have been playing pranks on him all the time. Zayatu also reveals that Jiajin, the younger son, is part of the kidnapper group. He reveals to them that he has already captured the Oxhead guy.
After investigating, Bing gets the name Oxhead's boss. Bien. Zayatu suddenly remembers something about Bien. Zayatu sees a memory of Zayahu with Professor Bien. This makes him pass out. Later he wakes up with his hair all turned white. Zayata declares that there is a spy of buying at the police station. The head of the police department doesn't believe Zayatu and instead asks to cease the investigation. Later Zayata visits a guy named Gandhi and asks him to make him a wireless electroshock gun. Gandhi had already made such a gun and gave it away to Zayatu. After finishing his gun shooting practice,
Zayata received a call from Tianshu and heads over to the amusement park to do a secret investigation. Zayata finds a sewer in the haunted house's employee room and suspects that the culprits escaped there. Zayatu, Bing, Tianshu and De go down the sewer. All four of them ended up splitting because there was more than one path down there. Zayata finally finds a door named Hellgate. Zayata finds a girl sitting along the pathway. Zayata sees the scary face of the girl and called her goals.
Later he finds that the girl is not chasing him in the sitting still. Zayahu, who goes with Zayatu, thinks that they've been running in circles as they see more identical girls sitting in their path. Then Bing, on the other hand, find the sewer entrance through a newly built wall. Bing thinks that Zayayu was kept there and would have escaped from the path leading up to the road. Tianshu meet up with Zayatu and they figure out the whole passage is circular with twin girls sitting in the path. The scary-looking girl suddenly stands up and jumps into the water. They also jump into the water in pursuit of her.
Zayata figures out a current in the water in the fall of its path. They reach a drainage outlets and find a handprint there. Tianshu argues that it is too risky to enter the drainage, but Zayatu enters it anyway. The water current suddenly increases and they manage to reach the other end. They open a door and counters zombies there. They're all fighting off zombies. Zayata figures that this path is also circular, and the exit is in the room of the zombies. They decide to walk through the zombies without making any sound to reach the exit. They end up making sounds as a result. The zombies gang up on Tianshu.
Unwillingly, Zayata leaves Tianshu behind on his order. Chance tries to neutralize all the zombies. On the other side, Bing in to try to reach Zayatu using a transmitter. Zayatu reaches a place where he finds both twin girls. Up ahead he sees the twin children of Jaeji, and the boy lying who he thinks of as Zayata's younger brother. Zayata finds out that Zayayu is in Zayata's body. He looks into a room through the window and finds that it was similar to his room.
Zayata then sees his brother's memory. He sees Bien and Zayahu performing the surgery. Bien finds an opening and injects something into Zayata's body, making him pass out. In the memory, Zayahu wakes up and finds himself unable to move. Later, Bien reveals to him that the tissue they extracted as a human spirit that he had accidentally discovered during his research. Bien tells Zayahu that he has affected him and his brother Zayatu. He then performs the surgery of insectum tissue on both twin brothers. Zayatu in her brother's body tells Zayatu about how he escaped the room and saw a ghost.
Tianshu beats every zombie in the room but encounters the ghost baby. Then more zombies rush into the room. Thing and also encountered the ghost baby while trying to get away out of the loop. Thing catches the ghost baby and asks it to take them out of the loop. Those baby opens a hidden door, bites the hand of Bing, and runs away, then follows him. Making her separate from that, the ghost maybe activates knife traps to kill Bing,
but fails and is captured by Bing again. Zayayu explains to Zayatu that someone told her through the computer screen that if she finds her dead buried baby then she won't have more nightmares. She further tells that it was a trap and that she was eventually kidnapped by the Oxhead Guys group. She continues that she was thrown into a room where she met Bien explaining the surgery. She then tells the Bien had developed a method of firing an arrow behind the neck of a person for the insect and tissue exchange. Zayayu then tells him how she tried to escape many times but failed.
Later, Zayata finally encounters Bien alone. Zayahu discovers everything about Zayoyu and her brother from Bien while pointing his gun toward him. Bien also tells him that he fused his insectum with his brother's and set him free to track his actions. Bing finds the wounded Tentu in the zombie's room and sends him to the hospital with De. She also finds Zayayu. She opens the door. Bien shows Zayatu be a live body of Zayahu and tempts him to help revive Zayahu. Zayata possesses Zayata's body and shoots at the chamber where his body was kept. Bing reaches there in time to save Zayatu.
Bing cornered Bien tells them the zombies, twin girls and ghost baby are failed test subjects, even tempting by saying that the white hair of Zayatu is a sign of a body rejecting the external insect, and he'll eventually turn into a zombie. Bing throws Zayatu to Bien to keep him from becoming zombie. Zayahu tells Zayayu about the reality of the beefsteak he made for him one time as a cost of his sacrifice. In his mind, Zayatu gives Zayahu a painful farewells. The operation is completed, then orders Bien to surrender after the operation. Bien tricks Bing by saying that there is too much oxygen in the room.
That a little spark can blow everyone away. Bien manages to escape. Locking Bing and Zayatu in the room, Zayayu gets united with De and Tianshu. Bing and Zayatu are attacked by a crossbowman. Zayatu gets an arrow on his arm. Bing tries to pursue Bien. She confronts the crossbow. Bien manages to destroy his crossbow. She confronts him again, but he escapes. After Bing unable to get the exit out, she returns to check on Zayatu but doesn't find him. Zayatu left the room and found the stair going upward in the elevator pathway. Zayatu catches up to Bien talking to the horsehead guy.
Bien leaves Zayatu at the mercy of the horsehead guy. Ganji suddenly comes to Zayatu's rescue. Horsehead tries to fire a gun at Gandhi, but Zayatu suddenly captures him from behind and puts an injection in his back. Gandhi then gives Zayatu the ammo. Later, it is revealed that it was Zayatu who called Gandhi for some ammo to get to him by tracking the mobile signals, then finds Bien with one child escaping and tries to arrest him. Bien takes the kid hostage, making Bien helpless. Zayatu is there also and shoots a Bien with his electric gun. Police reinforcements arrive and arrest Bien at the hospital. Tenchu whispers to Bing that uncle there could be a spy. The secretly hears them and relates to his real boss that he has been suspect. Later, Bing is told that the twin kids have been united with their dad in the cell. Bien meets a lawyer sent by his boss and gives her Zayahu's insectum. Zayatu ceases his business. 5 months later, Ten to visit to Chinese medical hall owned by Zayatu. Zayatu tells him that the Chinese medical hall was his brother's dream, while prescribing medicine to Tenshu. He hears his brother's voice again and finds him around like he used to. Zayatu, who is in the body of Zayayu, takes a shower and experiences another paranormal activity, while Zayayu, lying the body of Zayayu, shouts, "Return my body." And this brings the anime to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn on the notification so you never miss out on another video. Until next time, take care.